Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with the brand new video. It's time to unbox the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, and this is a high-end mid-range phone from Samsung which is costing around 86,000 PK in the Pakistan market. In this price range we have 8GB of RAM with 128GB of internal storage, and the color I have is the awesome blue color. This phone also available in the black, white as well as in the peach color. And you can see here is the design language of the A53 5G. It says that Samsung official product for Pakistan, and the box of this phone is very slim, and you can see, which means that we does not get any charger or any silicone case with this phone. So on the back we have nothing. We have two seals on the back, and this phone is also manufactured in Pakistan. But again, the A53 5G is a really overpriced phone in the Pakistan market. This phone should be around 75,000 anyways, and internationally, and the price of this phone is similar to the previous A52. So now let's quickly unbox this phone. On the back we have two seals. So now let's remove this seal, and you can see. So first let me remove the plastic like this. So now let's quickly open this box without any wasting time. So on the top we have our device, Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Now let's out the phone from this box. And these are the main highlighting feature of the A53 5G: Infinity O display. On the back we have quad cameras, in which we also have an optical image stabilization. This phone also has a IP67 water and dust resistance, and this is the awesome blue color of the A53. So now let's out the phone from this plastic, and you can see here is the Samsung A53 5G looks like in the awesome blue color. And guys, the first impression, I would say this phone looks absolutely beautiful, and the design of the camera layout is a little bit changed. From these edges we have rounded corners. Also, the frame of this phone is more flat, which gives a more premium feel. That's a really good thing. So now let's quickly boot this phone up. On the front it does not have any screen protector, so that's really disappointing as well. Let's see what test we get. And then the phone we have a SIM injection tool. Also we have a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. Also we have a quick start guide in the Urdu language as well. But you can see no charger, no silicone case with the A53 5G. So now let's put all these things to the side. Now let's look at the Galaxy A53 5G. On the bottom we have a speaker, USB Type-C port, main microphone as well as a SIM tray. And guys, you can see that it is a hybrid SIM slot, not a full-fledged SIM slot. You can use one microSD card with the 1 nano SIMs or a 2 nano SIMs at the same time. It is not a full-fledged SIM slot. This phone also has a IP67 water and dust resistance rating. On the left hand side we have nothing. On the top we have a noise cancellation microphone. On the right hand side we have volume up and a volume down rocker as well as a power on button. On the back we have quad cameras. We have 64 megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization. We also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide with a 5 megapixel macro and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. Yes, and the camera setup of this phone is exactly the same as the A52 4G. Guys, on the front we also have a Korean Gorilla Glass version 5. This phone also has a dual speakers. So now let's talk about the display. On the front we have 6.5 inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. On the A52 we have 90Hz refresh rate. Also on the display on this phone is little more brighter as compared to the A52, so that's really good thing. We also have an Infinity O display, and the chin, it is also really small. So now let's quickly set up this phone up and then we will continue. So here is the first boot of the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. And the first impression about the display quality, I have to say that this phone has a Super AMOLED display, and the colors looks really nice, and the display is also really bright as you can see. So now let's go to the settings. Now let's go to the display. We have 120Hz refresh rate on this phone, which is not adaptive. Software information, this phone is running on Android 12, so that's really good thing. We have Android 12 on this phone, not Android 11. Also this phone is running on Samsung One UI version 4.1. And this phone also has a 5000 mAh battery size. This phone has a 5000 mAh battery size, which is a big improvement over the previous A52, which has a 4500 mAh battery size. So we have a 500 more mAh of battery on the A53 5G, so this phone should give you at least 1.5 day of battery life on heavy use without any problem. This phone is powered by Samsung Exynos 1280 processor, which is based on 5nm architecture, and the performance of this chipset is more faster as compared to the Snapdragon 720G that we've seen on the A52 4G. Now let's see the fingerprint scanner speed. This phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner, and you can see, and the fingerprint scanner, it is also not the fastest, but it is working absolutely fine. So now let's look at the camera. Again, this phone has a quad cameras on the back, 64 megapixel with optical image stabilization with a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel macro, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. On the front we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera, and the camera setup, it is exactly the same as the A52. Only difference is that we have a new ISP on this phone. Here is your ultra wide. We have a 12 megapixel ultra wide. We also have a 2x mode which goes all the way up to 10x. So we also have a portrait mode. We also have a fun mode which give you a Snapchat filters right in your camera application, and the back camera also shoot 4K at 30 fps. We also have a full HD 60 fps. We also have a super steady mode which give you a more better video stabilization. With the ultra wide we also have 4K 30 fps support using your ultra wide. In the mode section we have pro mode, we have pro video mode, single take and night mode also available on this phone. We also have a macro mode which uses a 5 megapixel macro lens. Yes, and the quality of this macro lens, it is really good, I would say. On the back we also have a super slow motion, and slow motion also available on this phone. On the front we also have a slow motion. So on the front we have 32 megapixel selfie camera. So here is the 360 camera looks like. On the front we also have a portrait mode and fun mode also available on this phone. Let's see video recording size with the front camera, and the front camera also shoot 4K at 30 fps. We also have a full HD 60 fps. Night mode, it is also available with the front camera, and the slow motion also available with the front camera, and you can see. Now let's talk about the battery size. Again, this phone has a 5000 mAh battery size with a 25 watt fast charging support, but in the box we does not get any charger with this phone, and this phone should give you at least 1.5 day of battery life on heavy use without any problem. And the Exynos 1280 chipset, it is not really optimized on this phone. I hope in the future we should see a more apps optimized with this chipset. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this unboxing and my first impression regarding the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.